Yo, Savage Psychotherapist. Today, I just wanted to share a potentially helpful concept for people, whether you're a therapist or a clinician, or you're just interested in trying your best to support somebody who struggles with depression. People who have had pretty chronic depression for years. One thing that I think is going on with people who suffer from long-term chronic depression that's pretty difficult to treat is a lot of them have a fairly thwarted relationship with themselves. Their mental landscape is very often colored by a lot of negative self-talk. We all have a slant toward negativity bias. I think it's like a survival evolutionary thing, but I know people are generally harder on themselves than they are on other people. If you take two of your best friends or two people that you care a lot about, and then you throw yourself into the mix and you each made the same mistake, chances are you wouldn't talk to Sarah and be like, "You're a piece of shit for making that mistake." And then you wouldn't talk to Jim and go, "You're a piece of shit for making that mistake." You would never say something like that to somebody that you care about, but you will to yourself. We all have a slant toward a negativity bias, but I think people who suffer from long-term depression definitely have a thwarted relationship with themselves. And if you're just interested, something I've picked up along the way, if you're ever interested in doing a very brief analysis on what your relationship with yourself might be, that is the most important relationship you will ever have. You literally are, from birth to death, the only person who you will always spend your entire life with. So it's kind of a good idea to maybe be on some kind of good terms with yourself. One thing you could ask is, if you talk to other people the way you frequently talk to yourself in your head, would you have any friends? Think about that question. And then that might give you a little insight as to what your relationship with yourself might actually be. Back to the point. What doesn't help somebody who suffers from long-term self-defeating, beating themselves up, being harsh toward themselves inside their mind, what doesn't help them is saying things like, "You're a good person. You're worthwhile. I think you're being too hard on yourself. You know what? You shouldn't talk to yourself that way. You shouldn't feel that way about yourself. You're a good person. I can tell you're a good person. I think you're being really, really hard on yourself." That doesn't help. I mean, you appreciate that, thank you for your sentiments. This is what might help for you if this fits in with what you're going through. This might help. Tell me. And the answer can't be, do everything perfectly all of the time, or be liked by everyone all of the time. Tell me, what would you need to do consistently on a day-to-day basis that's within the constraints of your direct control and within the bounds of reality in order to feel like you were a worthwhile person? What would you need to do? Now, come up with some targets and aim in that direction. That is, I think, a way that a person can truly build authentic belief in their own worth and improve their relationship with themselves. Savage Psychotherapist, out.